we've seen this big back and forth over this digital tax. This is a 3% levy that France imposed on technology firms with over $750 million in revenues annually. This is from digital services. It specifically targets around 30 companies, among them Facebook, Amazon, Google, and they have to have a certain number of revenues from within France too. So yesterday, 3 of those companies, Amazon, Facebook, and Google, coming out in Washington and saying, we do not support this effort. We support the U.S. investigation against this tax, saying it unfairly targets American companies. And you can imagine why they're not thrilled about this effort, mainly because it will raise costs for them. And there's been one sort of unintended side effect on this cost front that we saw specifically in Amazon's testimony yesterday. In his prepared testimony, Peter Hiltz, who is Amazon's Director of International Tax Policy and Planning, he said the imposition of the French DST will result in a substantial expense that Amazon cannot absorb, and if we continue making investments in the tools and costs to help our selling partners' success. So what that means is that Amazon is essentially passing down the costs of this tax on some fronts to its third-party sellers. And I actually spoke with one of those sellers who said that because of this tax, her fees will be raised by 3%. So in a way, that sort of undermines the original intent of this measure, which is to help boost small and medium-sized enterprises and keep those big tech companies in check. So possibly a bit of a hurdle there for the French government and for other countries looking to impose similar measures.
You say that, I mean, there's a short-term pushback, right? So at this point, we've seen Amazon and the like have a clear run to try and grow massive businesses. What about some of the other existing retail companies that need to pivot towards online? Doesn't this give them a helping hand to get into the game because the margin is not so wide between them and an American giant? And
that's what the French government says, exactly that, is that, you know, we want to exempt some of the companies that don't have a chance to compete against these massive companies that come in, have a massive presence here online, but don't have the same physical presence. So there is generally support for the idea that, you know, this digital taxation needs to be reformed. There's certainly an agreement and acceptance from the tech companies and from companies, you know, in the OECD that this needs to be addressed. The question and the key concern here is that France has really taken this unilateral approach towards it, and that sets a precedent that other countries might say, hey, we're going to do the same thing. We're seeing that in a number of countries like Austria. We're seeing that in global efforts around the world and their individual tech regulations. But perhaps an OECD effort could be more effective. At least that's what the companies are saying.
Hi, I'm Joanna Bersecci, and thank you for watching. You can check out more of our videos by clicking on the boxes on the screen. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more from CNBC International. Thank you for watching.